biggest threat to our democracy right now isn't inflation or taxes. I think, yes, those are a really big issue, but it's the political extremes. We have two political extremes. It's just gotten crazy here, and it's pulling our country apart. If we don't take control right now of our financial future as a group of people, we will be stuck waiting on politicians to fix the economy that's working against us. We can't afford to rely on the government in order to save us. They're just not going to do it. We need to focus on saving ourselves. It's time for a new mindset in America. We need a new movement that puts financial independence first and foremost. So let's talk about how we can protect our money, our future, and our place in America, the middle class. Now, it's pretty simple. The middle class has been, if you really think about it, I have studied this because it's been killing me for all these years. I've been looking at these two political parties that have gone from this to this. And it's so true. You have the far left becoming more and more liberal, and you have the far right doing nothing but elevate the financial benefits of the few rich people. And now we can see through the most recent movement that clearly our government is out of control. Clearly there's a financial windfall for these projects that are out there that benefit the elite. And here we can see that even the far left is fighting tooth and nail to try to stop it. And it's like, what are you doing? If you're for the middle class, then you should, without question, be for saving money. Because when the government borrows money to pay for projects that you want, it's the most asinine thing, because it's sort of like putting a credit card out to give money to the poor. It's like, if you don't have in the bank account, you shouldn't give it away, because you got to take care of yourself first. Sort of like being on an airplane. If you're on an airplane and there's a depressurization that occurs, they say, put your mask on first before you try to save the next person next to you or your child next to you. Well, that's what we need to do as a country. We need to take care of ourselves. And so what the middle class movement is all about is saying to all of the people that have become alienated from the left or the right, we're both there. Some people might have been conservative Republicans, but then look at the religious right or look at some of the crazy things that go on, and they can't follow that anymore. Or if you were, like many people, you were Democratic and you find, I don't even have a home. Do the Democrats even have a mission statement? Do they have a game plan? They just trumpet a charge which says, we're going to take from the rich and give to the poor, yet they're all rich. That's like such a long time old statement. It's been said for, 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years. It's like, when are you going to give up on that statement? And all they do is they're getting the people in the middle to say, I guess I want to vote for that because I don't want the rich to get richer. But in the meantime, they've been getting rich and they've been getting richer. And then what are they doing? They're manipulating our economy and our politics. And so we've basically become two huge volumes of two corrupt groups of people that are out there. And what's happened is the middle class is like either going to vote this way one political cycle, or they're going to vote this way another political cycle. So what this middle class movement is about is coming together and saying, we're going to come together as one voting block of people. And we're going to start this middle class movement out as a mindset that says we are, as a group, going to vote for people, whether they're Democrat or Republican, only if they vote on policies that are good for the average American. We're only going to vote as a group of people if it helps the middle class. And so spending money on huge projects that we don't have money on causes inflation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. When the government spends more money than it takes in, remember, it takes in your money. It has no way of making money. So the only way it makes money is taking it out of your pocket. So when they take it out of your pocket and still it's not enough, then they borrow against you in the future. Riddle me why we would even allow that. Yet we're doing that. The second biggest expense in our country right now is the interest that this country owes on all the policies that we've been spending money on that we can't afford to do. That's just the interest, ladies and gentlemen. And when they do that, they have to print money. And when they print money without any backing, it causes inflation. You've seen it. This is why the average middle class person has had to pick up 2, 3 jobs. I mean, look online every day. People there's a gentleman who became super famous because he just recorded his day working at a 7-Eleven. He has multiple jobs, living with his grandmother. It's like, what are we doing? What happened to the old days where you could get a decent paying job at steel worker, as a shoe salesperson, and you could afford to buy a house? Those days are gone. They're gone. So we need to bring them back, but we need to bring them back with a simple mindset. We can't sit there and just say we're going to do some good. We can't sit there and say, okay, no more immigration in the United States, because we need workers, right? We want to be a society of people who allow immigration, but we need a mindset and a game plan behind that. That's where the middle class party comes in. We're going to become a group of people that believe in a very simple thing. We should be manufacturing products in America. We need a smart immigration policy that brings people in and brings those people to work at these factories. It's pretty simple. When they work, they take on those rudimentary jobs that we can do in a factory. They are getting the benefit of coming to a country and have the dream of actually being an American. They can have a dream about living and paying for their families because they're coming from areas of the world that are just completely depressed. Venezuela, the South America. I mean, they come from all over the world. I mean, I've met people from Italy, from France, from Spain, that even in those countries, because they've been so left and so liberal for so long, that they can't find a normal job. They want to come to America. So we need to be able to have a organized game plan about allowing people to come into this country, but we need to get them to work at factories that we are bringing back from China. So what you can see is the middle class as a party is about saying that we need a game plan. We can't just be sitting and saying, snippets that are used in front of CNN or ABC. And it sounds good because it's like, we're going to take from the rich and give to the poor. Really? How many more years are you going to say that? Why haven't you done it yet? Why haven't you done it yet? You haven't done it yet. And the Republican side, I don't know, it's just a super conservative religious right. Do we want that? Or do we want independence? It's your choice. All I'm doing is I'm just an average person looking to make a massive change in America because I can see one simple thing, is that we have 2 political parties that are basically 2 sides of the same coin. And they're both lying and deceiving all of us. So if we band together, and what we do is put together a group of people, a block of people that are going to vote for policies that make sense. And again, it starts with bringing back factories from China, allowing immigration to take place where we can funnel those people to work in these factories. It's about term limits because, my God, do we really need Mitch McConnell? Hello? People have been in Congress, have been in the Senate or the Congress for years and years and years. We don't need that anymore. On the other side, Nancy Pelosi, really? Both of these people, are making money hand over fist. I mean, on a couple $100,000 a year salaries, these people become multi-millionaires. And then they try to say that it's from book deals. Okay. It's from book deals. Right. By the way, do you know anyone that's ever bought a Nancy Pelosi book? Anybody? Anyone? Anybody? Does anybody know anyone who bought a book from Nancy Pelosi? No. Does anyone know anybody who bought the book from, I don't know, Hillary Clinton? No. Hey, I mean, really? Really? It's a shell game, ladies and gentlemen. The sooner we come together and acknowledge that they're playing all of us and making themselves rich, the sooner that we can get back to an economy where we can actually work one job, 40, 50 hours a week, and get ahead, be able to pay for a house and a car, and our family to go maybe to college or maybe not to college. I don't really know. And that's what the middle class party is about. It's about 2 term limits. I think that makes sense. We don't need anybody in there. It means we get rid of all lobbyists. What do they need a lobby for? I mean, we have AI technology. They can do any research they want. We have the internet. Why would a politician need to talk to any lobbyist for anything? They need to get back to the roots and come back to where they are from and ask their constituents in a meeting and say, I have a town hall. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. They don't need to talk to lobbyists. They're gone. So that's what we're going to vote for. With those basic ideals, our economy will come back strong. It will come back to the environment where we don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. So if that excites you, I ask you to join the middle class party. Please give us your name and number. Please fill out the form. Tell us what you're good at. We need people to contribute their time, either to spread the word, to help do social media posts, maybe to become an attorney and help us deal with all the different states' regulations. We need everybody to come in if you want to make America the way it was in the 70s and 80s. If you want to get back to the way to a country that the middle class is the most important part. By the way, what I don't understand is how many more George Soroses are we going to build in this world? How many more multimillionaires on the other side or billionaires that we're going to build on the other side before all of us in the middle class say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We don't need this anymore. Let's stop allowing our country to build these billionaires when they don't deserve it. I mean, that's exactly what's happened. We've become the most selfish country on the planet. And what's happened is this. It has eroded it. We have super rich left and super rich right people. And the middle class has become the minority. But the minority as far as wealth goes, but what we need to do is we're the majority as far as the number of people go. And unfortunately, it's been moving more and more so we make less and less money as a percentage. It's time to inverse that. The middle class as a group should be the largest group out there. And if you are super wealthy on the left or the right, you should want this to come back. It cannot continue where the middle class has been eroded and is gone. We just can't have it. So if you're super wealthy and you're watching this video, please contribute to the cause because you need the middle class to come back. That's the backbone of America. The backbone can't be the ultra rich and the ultra poor. It just won't work. So whether you're the ultra rich on the right or the ultra rich on the left, you should be committed to rebuilding the middle class. And again, so that we can summarize it all, the basics are bring back factories into America, allow a funneling action of immigration to get these people into those factories rather than spreading them all over the country and we hope that something happens to them. That's number 1. Number 2, we have 2 term limits. Number 3, no lobbyists. Number 4, we have a balanced budget. Simple. I think it was Warren Buffett who said it. If the Congress, if the government does not keep a balanced budget, then by law, all those people are out the next term. It's pretty simple, right? Smart guy. If they can't balance a budget and we go into a deficit, all the people sitting in Congress are out. 100% of them. We have to start over. Because it makes no sense if for anyone to run their home in a negative mindset or a negative bank balance. It's just not right. So join me, join this movement. Help us make America in the middle class strong once again. I appreciate your time. My name is Drew. I am here to serve you.